Cartagena. You've seen the pictures. You've heard the stories. A city bathed in perpetual sunlight. A jewel on Colombia's Caribbean coast. Images that flood your feeds are intoxicating. Ancient colonial walls, yellow, blue, red, cobblestone streets. Horse-drawn carriages clatter by. Smiling tourists in the carriages. Balconies overflowing with bougainvillea. Pink, purple, historic architecture. The postcard version of Cartagena. Travel agencies, influencers. A vision of paradise. Rum flows freely. Music never stops. Promises an escape from the ordinary. But there's another story. A whisper in online forums. A darker, seductive narrative. The city as the land of cheap escorts. A myth that flies across the internet. It embeds in the minds of many travelers, particularly men. A simple idea. A city full of beautiful, available women. Pleasure easy to find, even easier to afford. A different kind of escape, less about history and culture, more about a transactional, hedonistic fantasy. It reduces a city to a provocative tagline. In this essay, we're going to use a simple but powerful framework, myth versus reality. We will take the popular narrative, the myth of Cartagena, as an easy, cheap playground for sex tourism, and hold it up against the reality on the ground. It's an approach designed to give you a clear, balanced perspective. It shapes what they expect to find on arrival. It attracts a type of tourism that often operates in the shadows. The myth is fueled by factors: vibrant nightlife, favorable exchange rates, sensationalized stories. This isn't harmless. It impacts the city and its residents. It affects the social and economic fabric. This story needs close examination, not blind acceptance. Where does this myth come from? What is the reality behind it? Why has this reputation attached to Cartagena, a city with deep, complex history? We're not here to judge or sensationalize. We'll peel back the layers of the myth. Explore why it spreads so effectively. Explain why visitors should understand the full picture. Look beyond alluring headlines to human stories. The stakes are high, for tourists and for the local community living with the consequences. The postcard image of Cartagena, with its sun-drenched streets and vibrant colors, conceals a much harsher economic reality for a large portion of its population. While the walled Old Town is a bubble of restored beauty and tourist-focused commerce, it is surrounded by sprawling neighborhoods where poverty is a daily struggle. For many residents, the tourism boom that enriches a select few only serves to highlight their own economic precarity. The cost of living within the historic center has skyrocketed, pushing local families further out and creating a stark divide between the world the tourist sees and the world where most Cartageneros live their lives. This is the essential context missing from the hedonistic fantasy. This economic disparity is the engine that drives much of what is misconstrued as simple availability. For some individuals facing limited educational opportunities and a lack of stable, well-paying jobs, sex work becomes a pragmatic choice born of necessity. It's not a glamorous lifestyle or an easy path, but a means of survival. It's a way to support their children, care for sick family members, or simply put food on the table in a city where informal and low-wage labor is the norm for many. To reduce this complex decision to a simple matter of a tourist's desire is to ignore the profound socioeconomic pressures that shape people's lives here. In Colombia, sex work itself is not illegal for adults over the age of 18. While the act itself is decriminalized, related activities such as pimping, owning a brothel, or inducing someone into prostitution are illegal. This legal ambiguity directly impacts law enforcement's day-to-day. This leads to inconsistent enforcement and discretionary police actions. Demanding bribes, that lack of clear policing leaves workers perpetually vulnerable. Interviews and reports from local NGOs working directly with sex workers paint a picture that is infinitely more complex than the tourist myth allows. One worker, a a single mother of two, might explain that this is the only job she can find that provides enough income to pay for her children's school fees and her mother's medication. She speaks not of glamour or excitement, but of long, tiring nights and the constant emotional labor of separating her work from her sense of self. They speak about the pervasive issue of human trafficking, which often hides in plain sight within the sex tourism industry. Their stories are a harrowing counterpoint to the myth of the willing escort, highlighting the darkest and most exploitative side of the industry that many tourists are completely oblivious to. The reality of Cartagena's nightlife extends far beyond the few blocks surrounding the iconic clock tower, an area that has become synonymous with sex tourism. Here, you find locals enjoying a beer at a corner store, families sharing a late-night meal, couples dancing salsa at clubs that tourists rarely find. Engaging with this side of Cartagena reveals the depth and warmth of its culture. Many local business owners are actively pushing back against the city's reputation for sex tourism. By supporting these businesses, tourists can directly contribute to an alternative economy, one that promotes a more sustainable and respectful model of tourism that benefits the broader community. Personal safety has to be your #1 priority. Stick to well-lit, populated streets. Don't take shortcuts through quiet alleys. One common risk is drink spiking. Never leave your drink unattended. Be discreet with money and valuables. Don't flash expensive jewelry. Let your ethical compass guide economic choices. Think about where your money goes. Choosing not to purchase sex helps ensure you aren't supporting criminal enterprises where exploitation exists. Instead of heading to the clubs that are notorious hotspots for sex tourism, seek out experiences that celebrate the authentic culture of the city. Spend an evening at a rooftop bar that's known for its creative drinks and stunning views, not for its transactional atmosphere. Be a good guest. Learn a few phrases in Spanish. Hola, gracias, and por favor go a long way. Be prepared. Know what to do if you're in danger or witness abuse. If you are a victim of a crime, get to a safe place. Contact the local police. Contact your country's embassy or consulate. If you suspect human trafficking or exploitation of a minor, do not intervene directly. Report your suspicions to the proper authorities. Local and international NGOs operate in Cartagena to combat exploitation. Supporting them through donations is a tangible way to help. Don't be just a bystander. Your awareness can make a difference. Hey, are you okay? We began this journey by confronting a powerful and pervasive myth, Cartagena as the land of cheap escorts. It's an alluring fantasy for some, but a deeply distorted and damaging caricature. The reality is far more nuanced and infinitely more human. Cartagena is a place of breathtaking beauty, profound history, and incredible spirit. It deserves to be seen and respected for what it truly is, a home. As a traveler, you leave a footprint wherever you go. The choice you have is what kind of footprint that will be. This approach doesn't diminish the fun or excitement of travel, it enhances it. It transforms a superficial vacation into a rich, rewarding experience. We believe that understanding the world in its full complexity is the greatest adventure of all. If you believe in this mission of promoting responsible and ethical travel, we invite you to join our community. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos that go beyond the headlines. Your support allows us to continue this important work. There are countless more stories to tell. Travel safe, travel smart, and travel with respect.